Library of Victoria. After that followed was an asylum seeker rally, and to see the difference between the support that single parents had compared to the support that the asylum seekers had is quite disheartening. And I don't say that the asylum seekers don't deserve that support, because of course they do. What my issue is that single parents are drowning in poverty. We might not be drowning in the refugee boats coming over, but we're drowning in poverty. Our children are drowning in poverty. We're not being locked up in detention centres, but we're being locked up in our own homes because we can't afford to go out. Our children can't afford to go and do the activities that, all their friends are doing. And there's not many activities that teenage kids can do that don't cost a lot of money. My sons are, wanting to go to a place called Ramp Fest with their skateboards and their bikes and things like that. Now they cost like $10 each to get in, and it's for 2-hour, 3-hour session or whatever. But to be able to do that, that's both my sons, that's $20 that I have to think about. What do I have to give up so that the boys can go and do these activities? I always felt different when I was on parenting payment, but there was not the stigma attached to what it was before.
Yeah.
Now that I'm on the dole or on New Start, I don't know why we're viewed different. Yeah. I don't know why the public opinion has changed, but it has, and it's disturbing.
It is.
And my main concern is that the public have lost their community spirit. The public in Australia used to always help the underdog, used to always help those that were in need. And they used to walk down the street, and those that were doing it tough, take them dinner and, mow the lawns and do all of that sort of thing. Whereas today, no one even bothers to say hello to their neighbour. There is no community spirit anymore. And the government's even forcing single parents into more of a stigma where people are viewing them as lazy dog bludgers, and so basically they're feeling, why should we help them? They don't do anything to help themselves, and that's what they're trying to portray, that's what we are, but in actual fact we do more, we go above and beyond. So since the January 1st changes, I've been involved very much in the single parent activism and coming out and doing rallies, organising petitions, and basically I live on my phone and my computer 24/7, and I don't sleep because when I do, all I can think of is single parents are suffering, and every time that I think I can't do this anymore, I need to get my life back, I feel like I'm abandoning them, and no one's looking after them, no one's caring, no one's getting the voices out there, apart from themselves, of course. But we all need to band together, and we need, groups that can do that. And so I'm encouraging these girls in these groups and the guys that are in these groups to get in there and email the MPs and to come to our rallies and to sign the petitions and to do any other thing that we can to try and raise awareness. I don't know if it's working, I have no idea if they're listening, but if I give up, what am I to do? If it takes a year, if it takes 4 years, if it takes 10 years, I don't care how long this is going to go on for. For some reason I've got this burning passion in me to support single parents, probably because I've been one for 9 years. I know the difficulties of what it's like to be a single parent. I know how alone it feels to be a single parent. I know that, your tap breaks. Who do you call? I've got family that's like an hour away. There's no one. You have to find out, you have to use your resources, and you have to work it out and fix it yourself. Single parents do that.
They do. Do you find that single parents are more isolated than a lot of other groups as individuals? They're expected to do a lot more than they would if they were in a partnered situation.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, the social stigma that's attached to them now makes it even harder.
Single parents are very time poor. With my house, I either keep up with the outside and then my inside goes to like, you know, a bomb's hit it. And then I get to clean up my inside of the house and then the outside looks like a bomb's hit it. It's really hard to maintain a house, plus run the kids around, do their sporting activities, go to work, do my activism now, all of that, and then, you know, try and maintain the house. And we've got no outside support, so what do we do? I know from hearing what I've heard on the Facebook, women they've lost their homes with these changes. They've not got support when they go to the refuges because they're just so overwhelmed. They're being turned away. Salvos, up to 20 people are being turned away a day. Women and children are living in their cars, and this is happening all across Australia. I was speaking to one agency in Canberra and they said that they can't keep up with the amount of women and children that are living in their cars. Now, how can the government shut their eyes to this and tell us that it's tough love and that we need to go get a job? Well, how can you get a job when you're living in your car? How can you get a job when you can't even afford to put food on your table and buy clothes so that you can get out there to get into a job interview? I don't know what the difference of the figures are. 68% of single parents work, but I'm not sure what that's categorised, whether it's casual, full-time, part-time. I would love to know the stats of that. There's 27% of single parents that are studying. For those that are working full-time, and you're telling me that, you know, I can do it, I can work full-time, why can't you go out and work full-time? Well, my answer is, do you have the support that can help you with your children? Do you have neighbours, family, friends that can come in and pick up your children and take them to their activities and be there for them after school and help them with their homework while you're working full-time? Because a lot of single parents don't have that. I myself, both my sisters live an hour away from me, one in the east, one in the north. My brother works ridiculous hours. He's probably about half an hour away from me, but he's never home. And so basically I have no support. I'm very lucky that I have friends that are teachers and they're able to look after my kids over the holidays. Now, where do people find their support that don't have that privilege of having friends that are teachers that, you know, all their friends are working full time, you know? I don't know how people do it working full time and being a single mum. I can't envision myself being able to do it, and if you're doing it on your own and you don't have that support, you need to let us know how you're doing it, because we don't know. And I want to know how your kids are coping. I want to know if they're still getting the love that they need, the support that they need, the help with their homework, the after school activities. Are they getting all of those things? My kids are 12 and 16. They're at an age where they just annoy each other. My youngest will go into my eldest son's room and just annoy him, and then my eldest son will come back and retaliate, and then, like, you know, they'll end up in a fight and hurt each other. And so then they're having this full-on fight because, you know, they're teenage kids, and that's what teenage kids do, because I remember doing it to my siblings. But at that time I had a mum that was home to help and monitor all that. Now I'm being forced to leave my children home alone if I was to work full time and leave them to kill each other. And I don't feel comfortable in doing that. To me, I'm preferring to go without, to put ourselves under the poverty line if it be, and go to welfare and get food vouchers if I have to, so that I can stay home and be the mum that I want to be and help bring these children up and give them the love that they need, to give them the support that they need with their homework and taking them out to school activities and things like that, and to give them the love and nurturing that a mother should be giving and a father should be giving. system, not putting in their tax return or giving up their jobs so that they don't have to provide for their children, so that they don't have to pay for child support. And that is a worry to me, that they can be allowed to do that and get away with it and there's no consequences. I would really like the welfare system shaken up. ACOS have come out and they want to scrap the school bonus. That school bonus we need. We need it for books, we need it for school camps and the likes of that. They want to get rid of family tax benefit but lift up New Start. Well, we don't want to be on New Start. We're not on the dole, we're families. Families don't belong on the dole. Families belong on a parenting payment pension, which is a supplement so that we can work, we can study and still have enough that will be subsidised for our wages to bring it up to a full-time level wage so that we can be able to provide for our children and provide for ourselves in a more dignified way.